race car driver is a master of speed. He helped smash an Australian racing record earlier this year and drives at a velocity of 120 kilometres an hour in this. Meet the Jaycar SunSwift3, a state-of-the-art, high-powered, super speedy and super efficient solar-powered car. Earlier this year, the SunSwift and her racing team broke the transcontinental world record for a journey from Perth to Sydney.
The first record was set by a solar car called Quiet Achiever in 1983, and it took them 21 days.
Now, Andrew, you were part of the SunSwift racing team. How long did it take you guys?
We rolled into Sydney in just 5.5 days.
It's pretty impressive. How many kilometres is it from Perth to Sydney?
4,000 kilometres.
Okay, so you did smash the record. The conditions weren't great to begin with though, were they?
No, there was quite a lot of cloudy weather and it actually rained for, I guess, the first half of the day. And we were sort of deciding whether or not we should continue, but we thought, why not? We'll just push ahead. Otherwise, if we wait around, we might just get worse weather. So.
And did you have to make any repairs along the way?
There was a few minor adjustments to make along the way. It was mainly a few electrical problems that we had to sort out, but by the end of it, we were running like a well-oiled machine.
SunSwift is a student-led engineering project at the University of New South Wales. The students volunteer their time and skills to fund, design, build and drive this state-of-the-art solar-powered car. So how does this record-breaking machine operate?
Well, basically the solar cells which were on there before are used to convert the sun into electricity, and then they charge batteries which we can then run the car off.
And what happens when it's cloudy? We've got a perfect day today, so the car's been fine. But what happens when it's cloudy? Does it just not work, or?
Well, that's what the battery pack's there for. So that gets us through cloudy periods and up large hills and that sort of thing. With solar power and the batteries full, we can reach speeds of up to 140 kilometres an hour.
So once you have harnessed the sun's energy, how does that get the car moving?
Well, basically we've got about 32 microprocessors around the car which handle all of that sort of thing. We've got a motor controller and then we've got a motor in the rear wheel and that basically drives us along. We've just got one motor, does the whole lot.
And once those wheels are spinning, the SunSwift has reached speeds of 120 kilometres an hour. Over a long distance though, she usually cruises at a speed of 90 kilometres an hour. Pretty impressive for a car that uses the sun as power. So is this a cheaper form of transport considering there are no petrol costs?
Well, solar cars are actually quite expensive at the moment. This one's worth approximately $250,000, but you can get cars that are worth, several $1 million. In terms of the solar car scale, ours is relatively low.
And what's so expensive about them?
Well, the array itself is quite expensive. That's about $100,000 worth on our car, so the solar cells are the main cost, but we've got a lot of lightweight materials in there, carbon fibre composites and that sort of thing, which are quite expensive.
So a solar-powered car is going to be the future for the transport industry?
I would like to think that as much of our technology will get used in the future as possible. We sort of relate it to Formula One, where we develop the technologies and then eventually it'll trickle down into the mainstream industry. I mean, the car itself is a little bit impractical at the moment. It's more of a demonstration of what's possible rather than what's currently practical.